So what we're going to talk about here is making a block. A block is essentially a symbol or a group of objects, right? You're going to create a block and store it, and then you can insert it later on, and within the drawing. So a good example might be this hydrant. If you take a look, you'll see that it's made up of all these little segments. So, and it's got a piece of text. Now I want to be able to copy that and maybe move it or use it for other purposes. So this would be a good example of making a block. So if you type in block on the command line, you'll see that says make block. So you can type in make block as well. It's going to come up in the block definition tool. So we'll call this hydrant. We'll give it a name, HYD. You can give it a description and call it existing hydrant maybe. That way you know what it is. You can set some settings like, apply a uniform scale or explode the block. Um, Down here is the base point. So I'm going to say where I want the insertion point to be. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to snap to the center. So when it's going to insert it at the center of the hydrant. And then I'm going to go down a little further and basically, where it says block entities here, it says no entity specified. So I need to select the entities. Now here it will preserve the objects as separate entities. It'll remove it from the drawing or it'll convert it to a block. We want to use convert to block. So it's already set to default to there. So I'm going to hit select, uh, basically, select the objects here. And I'm just going to do just kind of a crossing window around, making sure that I pick up all of those objects. When I have all those, I'm just going to press enter or right click. And now you can see that it's storing that block. Now it is going to insert it with this slighted angle. So if I wanted that block to be, horizontal, then I should have made sure that I rotated it. But not going to worry about that for now. The Z value, we can set that so that it comes in at a certain, Z value of 0 every single time. And then when we click the checkbox here and close it, you'll see now that is one complete entity. So now I can move that entity, I can copy it, or if I want to, let's say that I did delete it, I want to reinsert it. Now when I go into, if you type in, let's see, will it come up if I say insert? Yeah, so insert block, right? So INS block, you can see it right here. It's defaulted to the hydrant, which was the last block we used. Or I could go right click and go to options to list, and it will list here, which you'll see is all the different blocks in the drawing. So there's a bunch of them that are in here that are probably not not identifiable. So let's try that again. So if I go insert block, so do in, sorry, INS insert block. Hydrant is the last one, or if you know the name, you can type it. So, we know it's, we'll go HYD, and you can see angle, reference point, uniform. So you can change some objects. So if I hit A for angle, maybe I specified a -45, and then a destination is going to be, here. So you can see it's coming in at that -45. Hit A for angle again and do 0. You can see it's going in the way that it was here. So I can just pick it, and now I've inserted that block. Now it is asking me for a scale, so I'm just gonna hit enter is a scale for both uh, Y's, and it's just gonna put it in uh, at the scale that I had. So again, that all depends on the settings that you set up within when you're making that block. Um, so now when I click on this, you can see that it's got one block, and I can again, like I said, copy, edit, move it around.